sew that ish up.
All right, you guys, welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel. My name is Jen, and this is Jen Restyle Fashion, where we thrift it, flip it, and style it to achieve the wardrobe of our dreams. All right, you guys, so this week is the first episode in my Style to Stash series, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. Mood Fabrics came out with this Luca barrel leg pant. And when I saw it on Instagram, I immediately ran to the website and downloaded this pattern as soon as possible. So Mood has free sewing patterns. Yes, you guys, free sewing patterns. Now, you do have to print the pattern out at home. So keep that in mind. So you are going to use some paper and some tape, because once you print the entire pattern out, you've got to tape those pieces of paper together. But let me tell you all, this pattern worth all the time that it took to piece this pattern together. So this is episode 1 of Style to Stash, where I am pulling fabric out of my stash and using it to make my clothes. Why? Because I have too much fabric in my stash that's just sitting there. So I pulled out this wool blend fabric that I've had for over 10 years. And it's the perfect weight because it's light enough for spring, but it's heavy enough for fall. And it has just the right amount of weight to it. So, and it's got this pinstripe in it. So it's also very professional. It had all the things. So there was just enough fabric that I figured I could get a pair of pants out of, as well as a top. So I made sure when I was laying out the pattern that I used the fabric up as much as I possibly could, so that I would have enough left over. Now, I'm not going to go through step by step of how to make the Luca barrel leg pants. You know why? Because Mood has step-by-step instructions online. I'm just going to give you a few of my little tweaks of what I did so that you can know what I did differently. And if you'd like me to go into detail in a later video, I am happy to do so. All right, so let's get into it. All right, so after I went through laying the pattern out and making sure that I followed along the grain lines, made sure that all my pieces would fit in there, I folded the fabric over to see how much I was gonna have left. That was gonna determine whether or not this top was gonna be, you know, the top that it ended up being, or was it gonna just be a vest, or was it gonna be something else? So anyway, cut everything out. This was fairly easy. There were a few marks that you do need to mark on here, but again, read the instructions, read them over a couple of times before you get into cutting. This will really save you quite a bit of time. All right, now for the leftover fabric. I had approximately 65, maybe 67 inches left of fabric, but I also had a waistband that still needed to be cut. So what I did was I measured from the point that I wanted the top to be on me to my waistline, and that was about 16 to 18 inches, but I had to keep in mind that, you know, you got a seam allowance. So what I ended up doing was I cut the waistband out, and then I cut the top. The top is just a straight triangle. We're going to talk about that later. All right, so I pieced all my pieces together. I made all my marks. I pinned everything before taking it to my sewing machine. I just recommend doing this because it's easier to either pin on your table or pin on the floor instead of pinning at the sewing machine, child. Okay, my preference when it comes to welt pockets is the one-piece welt pocket. If you all are interested in learning how to do this one-piece welt pocket, sound off in the comments and let me know. Otherwise, You can do it the way mood suggests doing it. This is just the way I prefer to do my welt pockets. I love the way these welt pockets come out. I put welt pockets on everything. This is a beginner friendly welt pocket. Now I'm gonna tell you, a lot of people in the industry don't like it because they say it's cheating. But when I'm trying to do something quick and get it done for you all and get it out so that you all can see it and get started, yeah, I'm gonna do my welt pocket like this. But look how crisp and clean and nice it looks. All I have to do is cut these little threads off and then just press it, and it looks so good, y'all. And yes, I put my welt pocket, it goes right over the dart that's in the back of the pants, but have no fear, it turns out wonderfully. Now next, here I am turning the belt loops. I have two tools that I use to turn loops, and I'm gonna tell y'all, this metal one works amazing. I was able to turn the belt loops in just a few minutes, mark them, cut them, and sew them down without a problem. Also, I'm not sure if the pattern mentions to put interfacing in the waistband, but I did. So I would just recommend it because it will make sure that your waistband holds its shape. So those are my like 2 or 3 tips that I would say while I'm making these pants. Take it or leave it. It's just my suggestion. I also used a zipper that was a little bit longer, so take that into consideration. And the waistband is just one piece of fabric, so you will have some additional fabric left over. All right, y'all, let's get into this top. Now, I had tons of tie scraps left over from previous projects, and I was just waiting for the correct project, the perfect project to get this done. Now, initially, I laid everything out on the floor, and then I was like, you know what, that's not gonna work for me. I need to just kind of go with my gut. I need to be able to be creative. I need to put these pieces where I want them to be as I'm seeing them, as I'm sewing them. And that's what I did. I stitched them down. I patchworked them. I used some similar hues. Some cases I did, some cases I didn't. But I really wanted this to have a real patchwork feel. I wanted it to feel like it was kind of random, but not random at the same time. So I didn't use any really, really bright colors, and I didn't use any really, really dark colors either. And I also used the ends of the ties that were still intact because, as you guys know, if you've been here for a while, I love to keep a little bit of the integrity of whatever a piece once was. Like I always say, every piece has a past, you give it a future. And this is me giving it a future. All right, y'all. So I finished the patchwork all through the top. I just put in wherever it would fit. I see a hole. Maybe not. Okay. All right, now I just went and tried this on really quickly so that I could figure out where my loops are gonna be placed. I basically pinned the top, I found the center, pinned the top to my jacket, and then I reached around the back to determine where those loops need to go. And I just put them where I felt like they were most comfortable. I wanted to give myself enough room to pull together and get them close enough in case I wanted to wear a bra underneath. Now, I know some of y'all were fussing at me in the comments about, you know better, you can do better than that. Okay, yeah, I could have. I just forgot to take the bra off. But anyway, you can decide to wear a bra with this or not. You can add additional loops to cover up a bra in case you need it, or you can wear pasties, or you can go braless. It depends on whatever your size is. For me, I need to wear a bra. So that's how we did it. All right, so now I go back to the floor, lay everything out, and put right sides together. And then I decide to work on these darn loops. So the loops that I'm creating were supposed to be the ties that go around the neck and through the loops in the back to hold the outfit together. Y'all, I worked on this for 45 minutes and could not get these loops to pull through. And I just said, forget it. Tried and true, I went and grabbed myself 2 ties that I thought would go really good with this outfit. And I took them and placed them where I had marked the 2 spaces for where the straps need to be in the front, pinned it down. I'm telling you, this was the best idea I could have had. Tuck the rest inside. So you're basically going to sandwich these inside. Don't forget to put the right side of the tie against the right side of the fabric, if you decide to do it this way. If you're going to use ties and the fabric's plain, it really won't matter. You'll just have to determine which is going to be your front and back. And it may not matter to you. So anyway, this was the bit of the loop that I was able to turn, which was only about half of it. So I used those loops for the back of the back of the top and pinned those down where I had made my marks. And I only made the loop about, I don't know, maybe a half an inch, because the tie doesn't need that much space to go through it. Oh yeah, and that was the pin that I broke trying to turn these loops. I'm telling y'all, I had a time trying to turn these loops. I was fussing the whole entire time. All right, so now we're just gonna pin everything down, and then I'm going to sew all the way around this rectangle, leaving open about 8 inches at the bottom. And I'm doing this at the bottom because I wanna use my sewing machine to stitch it closed. Okay, so now we've stitched all the way around, as you can see. And now I'm just going to reach inside that hole that I created, and I'm going to pull the fabric through. Now, when you get to these corners, I like to fold my corners over and push them through with my thumb so that I get a nice sharp corner. This is what's going to give you a nice professional look. So you're going to fold it over, and then you're going to take your thumb, push it through, pull it out, and you're going to get that corner. Then you're going to go over to your ironing board, and you're going to press said corners down. Press those corners down so that they are nice and sharp. So that's the next step, is to just press. And then you're going to go through, and once you press everything down, all your corners, all your edges, you can do an edge stitch. I would actually, it depends. It depends. I didn't do an edge stitch because I wanted this top to be reversible and I didn't want to see the stitch. So I just pressed it down really well. All right, you guys, final result loading. Y'all, I just tried on these pants, and through all the fussing and irritation with the pattern, it turned out perfect. Perfection. Do you hear me? Perfection. I will be making these pants all the time. I promise you. All right, let's take a look. Blue denim dreams with the city in the seams. Every stitch got a story, every walk got a theme. From the trains downtown to the mirrors in the cold turn. Hustling the fashion. These pants are so good. Give me my microphone because they're good. And with this top, it is exactly the way I envisioned it. It could not be better. It's lovely. It is lovely. Oh, I'm so wearing this to this event when we get back. When I get back from my trip. You're seeing this after I'm back from my trip, and you've probably already seen the Instagram reel, but I'm definitely wearing this because by the time I get back, it'll be in the upper 70s. And so even though this is a wool blend, it's still really cool. And then this is strapless. Y'all, loving it. Do you hear me? Loving it. I love the way this flows. I added a little tie action here in the back, just to give it a little je ne sais quoi. All right, let me film for the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you enjoyed this type of video where I am taking a pattern and using, my upcycled pieces or pieces from my stash and creating something, let me know. Comment below, and I'm happy to do some more of these. This is the first in my series of Sew My Stash. And y'all, my stash is bananas. We're going to go over to my storage. We're going to look at my stash. And y'all going to be like, Jen, sew that ish up. Okay? Yeah. So anyway, that's what I need to call the series, Sew That Ish.
because it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Anyway, I'm going to style this for you guys at the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you love what you saw today. And I will see you restylers later.
All right, here we go with the pants paired with a bubble top. Give me a bubble, barrel, bubbly, voluminous top and bottom any day. Love it down. I really love the way these pants turned out. The fabric is so flowy and they hang just right. And here is the top. Most of you guys may have seen this in my YouTube short, but if you didn't, here it is. Absolutely love the way this flows. I paired it with a white shirt because, you know, as we get into the fall, I still want to be able to wear this top, but it may be a little cool outside. You could absolutely put a turtleneck or a mock turtleneck underneath this as well and still have a very, very cool effect. Then I took the ties, tied them around the waist to give it a little more shape. I think this is also cute as well. And then I took it off and flipped it over because of course we got to get a 2-in-1. We didn't put all this work into this top to not make it versatile. Yeah. So also tied it around the waist. Now you've got these beautiful ties that just set off a beautiful shape with a white shirt. And when you turn and move, you can still see what's going on up underneath. Now, this is it on the flip side. I love it anyway. I love it with the color on the outside. I love it with the gray pinstripe. All of it just is really doing it for me. So now I'm just gonna tie this in the back and make a bow with the ties. I'm telling you, using the ties for the back of this top, I must say, genius. Genius. All right, you guys. Now I'm sure you guys want to see everything pulled together. So here is the top with the pants. What I decided to do was drape the ends of the top around to the front and pin them right next to my hip and allow you to be able to see the color coming through from underneath. I just used safety pins and then I tucked the front of the top in and then I tied the tie in the back. And look at this, y'all. Voila. Now we have a completely different look. What? Style to the max. I cannot tell you how much I love these pants and this top. Love this down, you guys. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed and turn on your notifications so that you do not miss an episode. All right, y'all. See you in the next one. Bye.